Picture this. You wake up at noon, still in your pajamas, crumbs from last night's chips scattered across your keyboard, and you decide today is the day you finally land your dream job. You open your laptop, navigate to a job board, and type in the search bar. Job that pays well, no experience needed, work from home, flexible hours, and preferably involves tasting snacks. 0 results. Shocking, truly. So you scroll through listings for about 4 minutes before your attention drifts to a video about a cat playing piano. This is the wrong way to look for a job. And somehow, millions of people do it every single day. The job search requires focus, intention, and at the very minimum, being awake before the afternoon. Instead of reading job descriptions carefully, most people skim the title, see the word manager, and think, yeah, that sounds like me, completely ignoring the part that says 5 years of experience required, advanced degree preferred, and fluency in 3 languages. They click apply anyway. Because confidence, right? Now comes the application process, which is where things truly fall apart in spectacular fashion. First, there is the resume. A document that should represent your professional best somehow ends up being a chaotic autobiography written in 4 different fonts, featuring a photo from a beach vacation, and listing hobbies like Netflix enthusiast and professional overthinker. The objective statement at the top reads something like, looking for a job that suits my vibe and does not stress me out too much. Recruiters love that. They frame it. Then there is the cover letter, which most people either skip entirely or copy and paste from a template without changing the company name. So the hiring manager at a tech startup in Austin opens a letter that begins with, I am deeply passionate about contributing to the mission of insert company name here. Flawless. Some applicants take a different approach and write a cover letter that is essentially a novel. 3 pages detailing their entire life story, starting from childhood, explaining how their love of building sandcastles at age 6 prepared them for a career in project management. Recruiters do not have that kind of time. Nobody does. Somehow, against all odds, an interview gets scheduled, and this is where the real comedy begins. Preparation for most people means Googling common interview questions at 11 at night before the 9 in the morning interview, skimming the first result, and calling it done. They show up either overdressed in a tuxedo for a casual startup or underdressed in a hoodie for a corporate law firm. There is no in-between. The interview begins and the classic question arrives. Tell me about yourself. This should be a simple, practiced response. Instead, it becomes a rambling 10-minute journey through childhood memories, a brief detour into an unrelated hobby, and somehow ends with a story about a road trip that has absolutely nothing to do with the position. The interviewer smiles politely and writes something on their notepad. It is not good. Then comes the salary question. What are your salary expectations? And rather than doing any research whatsoever, the candidate either wildly undersells themselves by saying, oh, whatever you think is fair, or swings to the complete opposite extreme and names a figure that makes the interviewer choke on their coffee. Neither approach is ideal. The interview ends and the candidate walks out feeling either inexplicably confident or completely defeated, with no accurate reading of how it actually went. The follow-up email, which should be a brief professional thank you note sent within 24 hours, either never gets sent at all or arrives 3 weeks later with the subject line, hey, so did I get it? Some people take an even bolder approach and follow up by calling the office every single day, asking to speak directly with the hiring manager, and explaining that they are just really eager and passionate. This is not passion. This is a restraining order waiting to happen. The entire process, from the initial search to the final follow-up, is a masterclass in what not to do. And yet, it plays out in offices, coffee shops, and pajama-clad bedrooms around the world every single day. The good news is that awareness is the first step. The slightly less good news is that most people will watch this, laugh, and then do all of it anyway.